Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering something impossible. You're not just rich. You're not even billionaire-rich. You are the wealthiest human being to ever exist. Your net worth isn't measured in billions. It's measured in trillions. To put that into perspective, you're worth more than multiple versions of Jeff Bezos combined. Sounds like a dream, right? At first, it is. The moment the news breaks, your life changes instantly. You don't go viral. You become global property. Your face is everywhere. Phones, TVs, billboards, news channels. People you've never met suddenly know everything about you. And outside your home, they're already there. Crowds, cameras, strangers just watching. Not because they hate you, not because they love you, but because you're no longer a person. You're a phenomenon. So you fix the obvious problem first: safety. One bodyguard? Not even close. You build an entire security operation. Around-the-clock protection. Rotating teams. Military-level precision. The kind of system usually reserved for presidents. Now, you can breathe again. At least, physically. Next problem. Your lifestyle no longer fits your reality. Your car doesn't make sense anymore. So instead of upgrading it, you buy the company that makes it.
Just like that. The number is so small compared to your wealth, it barely registers. Then your home becomes an issue. Everyone knows where you live. Privacy is gone. So you disappear. Not by hiding, but by upgrading. A massive private estate. Gates, walls, distance from the outside world. A place where no one can reach you unless you allow it. But something unexpected happens. The bigger your life gets, the more people it takes to maintain it. Staff, security, managers, assistants. Dozens of people working behind the scenes just to keep your world running smoothly. Everything becomes efficient, controlled, predictable. Almost too perfect. So you start spending, not because you need to, but because you're curious. Private aircraft redesigned into flying homes, islands in the middle of nowhere, yachts that feel more like floating cities. You can have anything. And that's when you realize something strange. You can't spend fast enough to matter. Even if you tried, your wealth keeps growing in the background, silently, constantly. Every morning, you wake up richer than the night before, without doing anything. So money stops being interesting. And you go back to something simple. Coffee. Just a normal cup of coffee from a place you used to love. But nothing is normal anymore. Your visit requires planning. Security clears the area. People stare. Phones come out. The coffee tastes the same, but the moment doesn't. So you stop going. Not because you want to, but because you don't belong there anymore. You try to do something meaningful. You donate massive amounts to help people. Real impact. Real change. But the reaction is temporary. Because no matter how much you give, people see what you still have left. And expectations grow faster than gratitude. Then come the people. Not strangers. The ones you already know. Conversations change. Silence replaces honesty. Laughter feels calculated. Friendships that once felt effortless now feel fragile.
is adjusting around you, even when they don't mean to. And then the world starts pushing back. Legal claims, accusations, stories. Some true, many not.
But it doesn't matter, because your name is valuable, and attention is currency. Fighting everything costs time, energy, focus. So sometimes it's easier to just make it go away, even if you know it shouldn't exist in the first place. Then, one day, something different happens. You meet someone, and for a moment, things feel normal again. Conversation flows, no pressure, no expectations. But slowly, doubt creeps in, not because of anything they did, but because of everything you've become. You start questioning things you never had to question before. And once that doubt appears, it doesn't leave. Soon, even your past starts catching up to you. Old moments, old words, old versions of yourself. Taken out of context, repackaged, sold. And suddenly, people who never knew you have strong opinions about who you are. You don't respond, because responding only feeds it. So you sit there, watching your own story being rewritten by someone else. And then, in the middle of all that noise, you get a call from someone who hasn't changed. Family. For a few minutes, everything feels normal again.
Simple conversation. Real connection. But even that isn't untouched. Because money doesn't just change your life. It changes everyone connected to you. Relationships shift. Distance grows. And sometimes, without meaning to, you become the reason things aren't the same anymore. And that's the part no one talks about. Not the money, not the power, not the lifestyle, but the quiet cost of having everything. Because at a certain level, it's no longer about what money can give you. It's about what it slowly takes away.